17 on EA Sports. Today's matchup features two teams looking for a win. It's the Bears coming in at 7-6, going up against the Bengals, who come in at 8-5. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Bears. Shift together here from the D-line. The lone setback is Langford. Time running out here on the play clock. Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
All right, now, here we go now. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Langford. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
Vontaze Burfict is a super talent and a fierce competitor. He can do it all at the linebacker position.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And Paul has it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well, and most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Here we go now. Green. No. Check. Patriot. No. Check. Patriot.
Play clock winding down.
Look at 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will remain a scoreless game. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
First and 10 for Dalton. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Dalton with a first and 10, eluding the pressure right. He gets this one to Boyd. That throw good for 4. It's second down. First drive for this offense today, and our first chance to get a look at Tyler Eifert.
And he's part of the new wave of tight ends in the NFL. They use them in every position, sometimes even by themselves as a wide receiver.
Second down, Dalton to the left side here for Eifert. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Toward the center on the field, but it's incomplete. Defensively, the starters for Chicago, and they feel like they've got a big-time disruptor in Leonard Floyd from Georgia.
When the draft process began, there was a mixed bag of opinions about Leonard Floyd. But as time went on, and he tested, and people saw him work out, and they saw the sheer athleticism, people realized they'd better move fast to get him, and the Bears did, moving up in the first round to number 9 to pluck him.
They'll roll him out right. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. And Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll run again with Bernard. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run here with Bernard. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal now. Maybe the offensive coordinator thinking blitz here. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Hawker's kick here is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points. But they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Completion left side to Miller. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? Guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. The low setback is Langford. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Thomas has got it. Complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Here comes the D swarming to the line. This is Langford on 1st and 10. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
They'll drop to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Zach Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. And Pointer, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. 1st and 10 for Dalton. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. It got his man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, 78 yards. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. And his kick is good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got White here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does where a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go! Detroit! Detroit!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop any defensively. 3rd down. The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on 3rd.
Blanket in the passing lanes.
They'll look to throw. The catch made by Miller. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even add a little extra at the end with a short run.
Here's Langford, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Shift together here from the D-line. Back to throw here. And he slings one that's incomplete. Jeremy Langford, the one he was looking to get it to. And it's 3rd and 4. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go! Blue landing!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And now they're not going to get the kick off in time. And that will make this a more difficult prospect. Now the Bears' 6th-round pick in 2014, Pat O'Donnell on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. They send Green to the left on his own. 2nd down, Dalton. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
3rd down and 8 now. Eifert, the man in motion. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And able to find Green. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
There's nothing like getting out of the gate and finding your favorite target. Andy Dalton just did that with A.J. Green.
And some people call that a nice fantasy football connection as well.
Yeah, they're piling up the points that way. They want to see that continue.
And now a 1st down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, nice move. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to...
Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals.
Get out of here. Oh, my God.
Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
18 yards the gain for number 18. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Zach Miller as tight end there. That'll bring up second down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
A gain of 6 there on first. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Defense showing blitz. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Second down and 4.
Over! All right, now look at 56. Here we go, 56. Move, landing. Leopard. Good.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Dumps it into the flat to Langford.
Woo!
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref called the flag.
I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone. That's not one you get every game.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. One receiver left, 3 to the right.
Back down it up, Philly. Here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete.
Ooh, catch the
there.
fucking
Nice
ball.
hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. The lone setback is Langford. Back to throw again. Deep drop. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Tyler.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. It's second down. Dalton looking. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But sometimes there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Throwing here to start the drive. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the side. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. That one goes for 24 yards. One receiver left, 2 to the right. They'll run here with Langford. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Again, it's Langford. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jeremy Langford as the first half is winding down. And the Bears draw a bit closer.
What the?
And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Oh, hell no. Oh, God.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on first down. And caught right side, Green. He got 29 yards that time. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that'll bring up second down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. The final act of the first half. Dalton So we come to halftime, and actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone, sometimes you're throwing it between the zones, sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective. And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front, they moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
3 yards to go on second down. Again, here's Bernard. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Jarrell Freeman in on the stop.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you get ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. The numbers have been good in the passing game. And certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, we'll credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And this is good. From 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at halftime.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know, in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Always got that one. Ooh, great catch. That one goes for 13 yards and it moves his sticks.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, your hat's going to line. No matter who he's covering, no matter if it's a linebacker or defensive back, he usually has the advantage because of his body type.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. The line set back is Langford. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now back to throw. Surveying the field. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. 22 yards of a pickup there. And the Bears are going to get a first.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch. How about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen. It turned into a really nice play.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks up the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
pistol look here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. It's cleaned over the middle by White. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now, let's go. Here we go.
Let's get started.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Time running out here on the play clock.
So fast.
He'll set up to throw. Dumps it into the flat to Langford. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll give it a 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup and someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now, let's go. 39, Leopard.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Looked like he had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Okay, Daddy, can you hit the lucky small I want to put myself in the locker so bad? I already ate.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. This will be caught at the 2. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play action pass and completing it.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go.
1st and goal here from the 2. They'll look to run with Langford. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game.
I always wanted
Not
to
a
lock
lot
it
of
to
room to
practice
ramble for him.
in middle school.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon.
Because I was
Didn't get a whole
in
lot better.
middle school. I was 3rd grader.
And he'll get into the
Oh,
end zone.
yeah.
Touchdown,
I'm
Chicago.
3rd. Okay, I'm really 30.
His 2nd touchdown of the season. And now the Bears are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. They'll look to throw. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll begin here with Bernard. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet,
Take
get
it.
a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there. About to break a big one.
Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. From midfield here, on the screen, Bernard. And he's got some space here. The 20. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6.
A well-executed screen pass means the offensive line has bluffed the defenders. They make them think that they can just get through and get to the quarterback. Instead, they're setting them up. Little screen pass, lopped it over them, and now they're in front, and they get downfield for big yardage when they do it right.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive. They turned around and handed it off in the last play.
To get him in the end zone, couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. They'll be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His pass became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. On the toss, Bernard. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Giovanni Bernard with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th quarter.
It is my second time. I'm just stuck with locker. I never go have a locker. You know, my friend didn't have a locker at school, and she goes with a headset.
It's gone. This is White. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45.
Only really cool.
Recent years, the slot receivers really gain stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can run up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field, become dependable targets for the sticks, that's got to be good goal.
Back to throw. On the right side, this is Miller. Right down, but able to get it to the 30-yard line. And with that last play, he's now over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Now, check, Patriot. Now let's go.
10th carry now for Jeremy Langford. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jeremy Langford with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. And the defense definitely showing blitz here.
For the foot, you need to do the number.
Again, and he seems to have a for it as he
What's
gets
your
both the
number
touchdown and the 2-point conversion. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
How about
This is
this?
taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. First and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return out short midfield to the 46-yard line.
I got a school.
Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time before they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you score once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. No matter what the defense throws at them, they feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they'll try and run some clock with Langford. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll be a Chicago first down.
Daddy already decorated. Look.
Langford again. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Already decorated.
Unfortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could
I
be
just
trouble.
have to. I don't have anything. I'll be right back.
He's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Here we go now. All right, now look at 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred and loose. It's incomplete.
I had to remember that hair color.
Play clock winding down. Out of the gun now on third down. And look at this. They get the tackle they needed. It's intercepted.
Out of here.
Picked off by George Abuka. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Okay, I wasn't like really motivated.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
Okay,
So the D-line's going to spread out. 2nd down, Dalton. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And the back goes into motion.
I had to decorate it. Just can't help it.
3rd and 2 for Dalton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Returnable for Thomas. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And he did get it back, I do think, yes. So no turnover on the punt, and it'll be a first down. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The lone sub back is Langford. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try to bleed it out.
So we've got a 2nd and 5. To throw. Hall bringing it in. 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And able to work his way down to the 16. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down. Have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Running down. There's a run for the former Louisville Cardinal, Sonoris Perry. And it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Langford again, busy man this afternoon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. And in this situation with a lead, fourth quarter, they're going to keep keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Defensively, big play coming on 3rd and goal.
They can still blitz out of this look. just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And Sweezen will get this one to go. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3
They
here.
took 2 touchdowns.
That's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
The Bengals getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect the play.
Look at our Raider.
He'll look to throw to the left side
Look at
for
that
Eifert. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but
God.
Not in this situation. Having the corner, defeating that logic, and making a really nice tackle.
they'll look to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
He's back to throw. Caught Eifert over the middle. That one goes for 24 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. It reminds me of what one great quarterback told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. It's how many practices we've watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there.
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Back to throw. He completes it right side to White. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Fresh set of downs here. Shift together here from the D-line.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56. Clean. Detroit. Good.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Back to throw. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great run that's picked off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
They'll try to close it out now.
No. For you. No.
Is this a cookie or chocolate?
Chocolate.
No, the one with the green and brown. Chocolate. Oh, I really want cookies.
This is a crew that came into the year saying we're going to win 10 games. They really thought they were going to. Well, this is their 7th loss, so they will not reach that goal.
And that number may light up like neon, won't it? Because people remember all year long you've talked about winning 10 games, and you should win 10 games. And when you don't, no matter how the rest of the season turns out, that could be a disappointment to everyone.